One day I'm gonna be everything I wanna be. I don't let it get the most of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be everything I'm gonna be. My future right in front of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be free.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges. A host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart, steel, and a spirit unbroken. He rides on two wheels, ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar, insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow. He takes his step, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Rituals report he paves his way. More legend in the making, day by day.
Well, we've made it to another freaking day. Much love, honor, respect, everybody. Why is my thing like that? Here, let's see if we can fix this. Is it lagging on? Let's see. Boom. Yep, it was all messed up. Much love, honor, respect to all of you legends. Hopefully you all are having a fantastic morning, man. I know the hell that we are over here. So listen, before we get into all the madness, you know what I mean? Because we do have a lot to talk about. So we have Trump is meeting up with today the British Prime Minister to discuss Ukraine, as well as we're going to be discussing some EU tariffs, as well as Gene Hackman is now dead at 95. And I believe that it was him, his like old lady, and his dog or something like that. It was something like tragic. And the truth is, I don't know the story yet. I just saw briefly that was happening. And so, yeah, that's terrible, terrible news. But before we get into that, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys hit that like button. It's the #1 metric of all of YouTube. And it's free to do so, by the way. You know, it helps out the show immensely. And also, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button because it's also free, by the way. Yeah, just needed to let you guys know that. Something that isn't so free, please consider becoming a member starting only at $2.99 a month. We're making sure we're not going to break the bank on anybody, you know. And if it is going to break the bank, don't do it. You know what I mean? Just don't do it. It's okay. You just being here is enough, dude. Also, follow my Instagram right here at BallValveTV, where I post everything behind the scenes of not only my lifestyle, but of the show, as well as millennial food time. We get down with our bad self. This is like better than my phone number. So anyways, and last but not least, every super chat, super sticker, gifted membership signups, all of these things are, of course, going to be shouted out and displayed onto the show. But if you would like to help out the show monetarily and skip that brutal YouTube 30% cut, then we have these scrolling for the remainder of the show. And of course, I'll shout you and your money amount as well as your message on that platform, man. So that was the last of that. We got VT up in here, by the way, kicking it off. You know what I mean? Listen, man, I can't thank you enough for becoming a member right there, dude. So that is like, okay, on YouTube, aside from like the obvious like direct Cash App stuff, I'm just talking on YouTube. Memberships is the highest pay for anybody that does what I do. You know what I mean? The way that I have it set up, I get the most pay out of the membership. And then the next tier, believe it or not, is super chats. And then it's AdSense, which is nothing. You know what I mean? If I relied on ads, I'd be broke as fuck. But anyways, that's why we decided to not do that, you know? And we got Brother Slim up in here. We got Naomi, man. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We got SNS. Always appreciate him as well. Jess White up in the building. Absolutely. And yes, fuck it. Going live. That's a fact, dude. What's up, Papa Penguin? Good morning, kind sir. Hopefully you're doing good as well, man. And yes, Naomi. Everyone listen to Naomi, okay? Please hit that like button. It helps out the show immensely, dude. Everyone here is green and blue Breakfast Club colors. Ooh, shit. Yeah, true. Yep. That is very, very true. We got Hank, the hillbilly, up in here, as well as Glare 1%er. Always appreciate you. Rabbit of Chaos, Frank, always appreciate you guys too. Dwayne, thank you all so much for hanging out with us this morning, man. As well as Tats over there in the UK. David, appreciate you, man. Thank you guys for coming in and hanging out. Don't worry, we're about to get into it right here, right now, dude. All right, so let's go ahead and pop this up and see what we've got going on for the day. So they kind of live stream throughout the night, and this is like a 9-hour live stream, which is kind of unusual for them, but I guess they were recapping a lot of the cabinet or Trump's cabinet meeting ordeal. They kind of like crammed that space last night. So I have it all the way, fast forwarded, until about this. The very beginning of this is at like 2:40 in the morning, where they're announcing, hey, this is what's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. And that's where we are right here, right now. And then we're going to move this ahead. Don't worry. We're not going to be behind for very long. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and see what's going on.
This here on Live Now from Fox. I'm your host,
Volume.
Christina Evans. Let's now turn our attention to California as Governor Gavin Newsom announces a new statewide economic initiative.
On behalf of the state of California, I'm grateful.
Okay. So we're kicking this off with Governor Newsom announces his new economic initiative. Okay. So that's actually specifically why I stopped it here, because I did want to hear this and I don't know what Newsom is saying. I don't even know yet. You know what I mean? But we're going to find out. Papa Penguin, yo, my fucking man coming in hot with the 5 gifted, by the way. I very much appreciate you, kind sir. Thank you for the patronage and helping out the channel, man, as well as the Breakfast Club, man. That's super awesome. Look, I even got Fatty in there. They got one. Rudy, Hank got one. Tio, the smoking auditor, dedicated to my children's future. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much for that. Thank you immensely.
All the hard work that's been put into this effort. This was an effort that was initiated 3 years ago. It was an effort that was launched, unprecedented effort that was launched with resources behind it. We said,
so what's this dude going to lie about now?
State vision fundamentally has to be realized at the local level. If we were going to put out an economic development plan, it had to be bottom up, not top down. It had to be informed by unique diversity of each region in the state of California. I said this on stage. Some of you were just there a moment ago. There is no state economy. It's really the intersection of many diverse.
What? There's no state economy. What a fucking liar. Like, California's economy is like one of the #1 economies in the world. And dude wants to say that there's no state economy. That's counter. Listen, it probably just goes against his narrative right this second. That's why he's saying that.
Economies in different regions.
Sure.
Yep. A state that's as large as 21 state populations combined. And so the framework we advanced was novel.
Mount High, my man.
The history of this state advanced a detailed, comprehensive strategy for economic and workforce.
Naomi, he is that creepy uncle.
Development that has been framed region by region. 13 regions were funded in this effort. $5 million grants were provided over a multi-year period. They put out plans, including the one I just received here from Los Angeles. All of those plans, all 13 now, have been rolled up into this summary, which...
You know what, Mount High, you're already correct. We already need our left-handed tobacco. It's kind of crazy. We're already kicking this off with bullshit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man. Glare coming in hot, by the way, with the 4-month membership, man. Thank you so much for that, by the way. He's saying, for those that didn't get searched, guns are safe. Yeah, that's hilarious, by the way, Glare. Yeah, indeed, by the way. I hear you. Little inside to that right there. From another show, we were having a good-ass discussion. But yeah, man, Glare, thank you so much for the 4 months, man. Seriously.
which is the state vision, which broke down 10 specific economic sectors that overlay and represent the diversity within the entire state of California. And what we're now advancing is additional resources to invest in.
I got 2 jars of those. Those are the best.
Making real what has been promoted here in these
Got
plans.
you, KP.
To Dee Dee's point, these are not plans that are about press releases. They're not plans that just simply collect dust. And to back that up, I want to go back a little bit and make this point. Not only did we fund the plans with $5 million each, we also provided $39 million in grants for pilot programs, things that stood out in that planning process that were ready to go, shovel ready, that were catalytic, that could leverage state, federal, and philanthropy.
Okay, you're just bullshitting. Bullshitting.
This seed. We advanced an initiative a week ago that I just want to highlight briefly called
Good. Let's hear what the meat of this fucking conversation is.
engaged.ca.gov. Engaged.ca.gov. And it's a way of engaging the community so that the community, not dissimilar to the Jobs First blueprint, can design their future and design their recovery and can feel fully participatory in that process. It's not a substitute for more traditional one-on-one or town halls, but a lot of folks.
This guy's such full of shit, dude. It's so hard for me to listen to this guy.
They don't feel comfortable going to the front of the line in a town hall. Sometimes town halls are taken over by similar points of view and people that tend to populate the conversation. And there's folks on the periphery that don't necessarily get a chance to talk about their future and know that their voice is being heard. So
Holy fucking shit. Just dropped a bomb, by the way. 10 gifted memberships out to you guys, man. Jess, I can't thank you enough for that immensely. Like, damn, that's a bomb. Thank you for that. Man, not only you helping me, but you're helping everyone in the Breakfast Club, man. Thank you so much for that. Immensely. That's a big one. Emerald, good morning to you. Saying morning, everyone. Newsome is new scum, by the way. Is corrupt as hell? Absolutely. Remember the parties that he was having during the lockdowns? Yes, I do remember all that. Rules are there not for me. Yeah, they're for you, not for us, type shit. And yes, I remember that whole ordeal. I lived in California for 29 years, my entire life up until about 8-9 months ago or whatever. And yeah, man, everyone there, I mean, the general consensus, unless you're like some extreme liberal from like LA or Sacramento, everyone fucking hates dude. Even the liberals hate the dude, Yeah, the guy's an idiot.
.ca.gov is that platform.
Super corrupt.
We work with Carnegie. We work
thank you
with
again,
the
Jess.
Institute,
man.
Stanford, and Harvard. Even an international partner out of Taiwan. This is a
Dude,
platform.
Did she just do another? Holy fucking shit! Are you serious? Oh my god, dude! She just dropped 20 fucking memberships. Yo, Jess. Thank you. Like I'm speechless right now. Thank you for that. Means a lot to me, man. Thank you. Thank you immensely.
That has been advanced in
very
the
grateful.
State. Already 3,000+ people from the community, Altadena and the Palisades area, has already signed up, but there are thousands more that haven't. And I really encourage you to go to that platform. It's, again, not the exclusive platform, but it's a platform for participation where one.
You're such a liar. This guy does not want no fucking participation. What a fucking liar. Dude's a straight up fucking liar, dude. In fucking sane. What's up, Hardwire? Good to see you, man. Hopefully you're doing fantastic. As well as the Briar Wolf. Always appreciate my man right there. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic this morning.
Individual can have 90
American Uncensored.
People say one thing, one person says the opposite. That point of view is equivalent in terms of populating points of view for conversation, meaning your voice will be heard. And our job is to make sure there's a feedback loop and that the
oh my fucking God.
City, the county, and the state are responsive to that community dialogue. That's
yeah, let's just go ahead and bring up like more steps to shit. Let's go ahead and it's like all these bureaucrats. They just love fucking adding more and more red tape type shit. I know that's not necessarily what he's talking about this second, but it just kind of adds into that.
Part of this platform. Again, just providing that for further consideration. We announced it a few days ago, and I just want to continue to promote it as we promote this recovery again from.
Oh, no.
Emotional damage.
I don't think Newscomb has like come up with like any good fucking ideas. I'm gonna be real. Like the dude doesn't back anything good, you know. All right. So as you guys see, in the title that we have here, we also discussed that Gene Hackman is dead at 95. I don't know the story. I just saw the headlines. So we're going to go ahead and find out together. I believe there was another loss of life as well. I believe it was his wife or something like that. I'm sure that some of you guys in the chat know. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's his wife and his dog or something like that. And it happened in his house in New Mexico, I believe. So let's go ahead and tune into it and see what they're saying.
Sinead Francine. On this Thursday, we have some tragic news to share.
And yes, by the way, you guys don't have to like what's going on in the media necessarily, man. I totally get it. But if you guys can do me a big favor and hit that like button for me and my takes in my channel, that would be greatly appreciated. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
I want you to take a good look at your screen. The Associated Press reporting on this Thursday that Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman, his wife, and their dog were found dead in their New Mexico home.
Damn.
Authorities are releasing this information on this Thursday. Foul play was not suspected, but authorities did not release circumstances.
What's up, Shelby? What's up, Shelby? Hopefully you're doing good, man.
Good to see you. An investigation is ongoing this morning. Hackman, aged 95, was found dead with his wife and their dog when deputies performed a welfare check at the home around 1:45 p.m. Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office.
Speaking of crazy ass parties like this, something that was announced today. I'm sure that some of you guys have heard of this, but just in case for the people that have not, they are planning on releasing the Epstein files today. I'm not really sure how much information is going to be coming out of this. I believe if they just come out with the guest list kind of thing, then I'll be disappointed because it's already out there. So I'm hoping that they actually come out with some actual evidence and some things that they know that we don't type shit. So anyways, just wanted to let you guys know about that. And then the next would be great for Diddy too. You know what I mean?
Spokesman confirming this to the Associated Press. The gruff but beloved Hackman was among
What's
the
up,
finest
Rick?
actors of his generation.
Good morning.
Appearing as both villains, heroes, and anti-heroes in dozens of dramas, comedies, and action films from the 1960s until his retirement in the early 2000s. We now take a look at his longtime career. Here's Fox's Brian Yennis.
No kidding, Emerald. That's how they keep your job.
And life always matters very much.
He was admired by his peers and beloved by moviegoers.
You know, that's so funny you said that, Emerald, because there was a consensus, like a consensus, whatever, that it was carbon monoxide. Now, I don't know any of the scenario. I don't know anything about it, but I have heard that already was people thinking it's carbon monoxide. So very interesting.
Eugene Alden Hackman was born January 30th, 1930 in San Bernardino, California. He grew up in Danville, Illinois with his maternal grandmother. Hackman dropped out of high school at 16 and lied about his age to join the Marines. He served in China, Japan, and Hawaii for 4.5 years. While in the military, he worked as an announcer on Armed Forces Radio. In 1951, Hackman made his way to New York, hoping to become an actor. He got his start on stage in The Curious Miss Carraway at the Pasadena Playhouse School. In 1958, he made his first appearance on the New York stage in Chaparral. 3 years later, Hackman made his feature film debut with a small non-speaking role in Mad Dog Call. His Broadway debut came in 1964 with Any Wednesday, followed by his first major film role in Lilith.
VT knows.
Hackman's breakout role in 1971's The French Connection earned him his first Academy Award for Best Actor. He went on to play Lex Luthor, Superman's arch nemesis, in several films. Hackman also appeared in Reds, Hoosiers, and No Way Out. In 1993, Hackman won his second Oscar.
Fuck, I wasn't even born yet. In 1993, he already won his second Oscar. Yeah, I wasn't even alive. 2 more years.
For Best Supporting Actor as a gunslinger turned lawman in Unforgiven.
What interests me about acting is that somewhat common characters.
Yes, Hardwire, and we don't host those type of baby oil type of parties. So we out here actually having a real party, like we're supposed to, like the way that you're actually supposed to party. Yeah, we'll teach the world how to get down with their bad selves. But yeah, it's gonna be a good ass time. That whole 4th of July weekend, us doing a get together here would be insane. It would just be awesome.
In uncommon situations, and what do you do?
I heard that, Claire.
Certain things, given that you're a common man.
Wendell Roar, an overdue pleasure.
In 2003, Hackman starred in the legal thriller Runaway Jury, where he got a chance to act with his longtime friend, Dustin Hoffman.
Yo, Gary, good morning to you. Hopefully you're having a good one as well.
The following year, he appeared as the former president in the comedy Welcome to Mooseport. After stepping away from acting in 2008, Hackman wrote several books and continued painting, which he had said was one of his hobbies. Hackman had 3 children with his first wife, Faye Maltese, before getting divorced in 1986. He remarried in 1991. With over half a century in the public eye, Gene Hackman will be remembered for his intensity, charisma, and magnetism.
Well, that's sad.
And that was Fox News correspondent Brian Yennis reporting there. The news and the reaction coming down in real time on this Thursday morning. You can see all of our Fox O&O partners responding to this Rolling Stone. We also see that the British Broadcast Corporation is responding as well.
Which is the BBC, by the way, which is the most skewed, fucking biased organization out there.
Josh Breslow ahead of the news. You can see his response there too. 6:29 here on the East Coast. Let's take our second.
We are not taking no fucking break. No, we ain't doing that. Okay, so let's see what else is going on in the media as we catch up. Looks like we're moving over to see what is going on with the Pope. Get a little update regarding him. See what's happening with him.
Welcome back.
What's up, Martin?
Now from Fox
Good to see you, man.
Here on the East Coast and taking you out to Rome, Italy, giving you a live look outside of Gemelli Hospital. We're learning this morning that the Vatican is revealing more details about Pope Francis's health. In a statement late Wednesday, officials did not use the word critical, but the pontiff's exact condition remains guarded this morning. It's called.
Yo, Tiffany, good morning to you, as well as you and Lee. Hopefully you guys are doing good.
Causing worshipers to wonder about the future of his legacy. Fox News correspondent Connor Hansen joined us in Rome with the latest on the Pope's condition.
That's crazy, David, huh? Here comes
Test
the
results,
update.
including a new CT scan, show Pope Francis keeps getting slightly better. The Vatican says the Holy Father has been resting and is still able to get some of his work done from the hospital.
I'm praying for him.
Daily vigils for Pope Francis's recovery continue in St. Peter's Square and outside Rome's Gemelli Hospital, where the 88-year-old pontiff is still battling double pneumonia. Musicians hope Francis is able to hear their performances from his special suite.
This is song Ave Maria Schubert for Papa Francesco.
This is a big prayer for the Pope so that he will better.
Wednesday, the Vatican
Man,
said,
I wonder how many people went and visited, just outside the building, like those people out there. I wonder how many people actually went and visited. Like, that's wild.
Francis was able to sit up in an
Just to be
armchair
there.
for treatment, adding he's been getting oxygen through tubes.
Hold on, everyone. I'm there. I got to take a selfie and put it on my Instagram. Got to put it on my stories. I'm here with the Pope outside.
His nose. Officials also say Francis continues having peaceful nights and is still completing some of his work. With doctors keeping his official prognosis under wraps, Many faithful are looking for signs anywhere they can. Workers at Vatican souvenir shops say there's been no uptick in sales for Pope Francis memorabilia, believing it's a signal many people are hopeful he will heal.
The sale
Well,
of
that's
Pope
good that he's getting better little by little. That's good. Let's see what the next headline is. Sorry.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox, and good morning to you if you're just
Looks like we're going out to Israel.
Now tuning in on this Thursday morning. Right now, we want to transition to breaking news coming out of the Middle East right now, giving you a live.
Okay, so the headline is Israel will not withdraw from strategic corridor in Gaza Strip.
Look at the Israel-Gaza border. The Associated Press reporting Israel will not withdraw from a strategic corridor in the Gaza Strip as called for by the ceasefire, an official confirming this with AP on this Thursday. Israel's refusal could spark a crisis with Hamas and key mediator Egypt at a sensitive moment for the fragile truce. The official, speaking anonymously in line with regulations, said Israeli forces needed to remain in the so-called Philadelphia corridor on the Gaza side of the border with Egypt to prevent weapons smuggling. The official spoke hours after Hamas released the remains of 4 hostages in exchange for over 600 Palestinian.
Man, that's such a crazy number. Like for 4 people, they're getting 600. Like that is so crazy. And that's not even, that's just one of the exchanges. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Prisoners. The last planned swap of the ceasefire's first phase, which ends this weekend. Talks over the second and more difficult stage have yet to begin. Israel was supposed to begin withdrawing.
So they get 600 live of their people back, and Israel gets like 3-4 that are not even alive. Like that shit is so crazy to me.
From the Philadelphia corridor Saturday, the last day of the first phase, and completed within 8 days. Much could hinge on a visit by U.S. President Donald Trump's Mideast envoy, Steve Witkoff, who is expected in the region in the coming days.
What's up, Joker? Good to see you, man. Good morning. Good morning.
There was no immediate comment from Hamas or Egypt, but in a statement earlier on this Thursday, the militant group said the only way for Israel to secure the release of dozens of hostages still held in Gaza was through negotiations and adhering to the ceasefire agreement. Speaking of Gaza, I want to give you a closer look at the destruction from the Israel-Hamas conflict. You're getting a live look out in Rafah, homes completely destroyed, families uprooted, some still living in refugee camps.
Look at that, look at that live look. Like, that is such destruction. Like, none of you have ever had to fucking go through this. Like, that shit is fucking wicked. That, like, I couldn't actually fathom trying to be like empathetic and like see their situation and me being in their situation. Like I couldn't even actually do that. Like it's so hardcore.
We further discuss this breaking news headline. I want to share with you the very latest from Israeli Defense Forces on X this morning. It says, quote, Ohashio, Moshashi, and Itzik have been identified as the 4 deceased hostages that have returned to Israel from captivity in Gaza. The IDF said,
AP, be good out there. Always appreciate you.
Its deepest condolences to their families and loved ones. May their memory be a blessing. And you have the images of those 4 deceased hostages on your screen. We're going to go ahead and take our final.
True. Definitely hit the like button for that exact reason right there. Boom.
2-minute commercial break of the hour.
No,
we'll be right back.
No, we're not doing no commercial break. No, we're just going to move right into the next story. So yeah, the UN Human Rights Council debates situation in occupied Palestinian territories. You guys know how the UN is. Honestly, I have no fucking actual interest in the UN at all. The UN is a garbage organization. And so are a lot of these organizations like the EU, NATO, all of them are fucking garbage, all of them, and extremely biased against us anyways. So why would we even give a shit? Anyways, let's go ahead and move it over a little bit here. So let's see what the next headline is because it's right next to this. There it is. Andrew Tate. Wow, he's in the mainstream right now. Andrew Tate facing rape and trafficking charges and is now headed to the U.S. I did not even see this. That's a wild story. I did not know anything about this. So let's go ahead and back this up. I am interested.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox. I'm Jeanette Francine. On this Thursday, we have some breaking news that just came into our Live Now from Fox studio. I want you to take a good look at your screen. Learning from the Associated Press this morning, influencer brothers Andrew and Tristan Tate have left Romania for the U.S. after a travel ban on them was lifted. An official confirming this with a
Brother Steve Easy up in the building. Shout out to my man right there.
On this Thursday. The brothers are
Uchikan.
charged with human trafficking and forming a criminal gang to sexually exploit women. It's not yet clear under what condition the Tates, who have been keen supporters of President Donald Trump and boast millions of online followers, were allowed to leave Romania. An official at the Ministry of Internal Affairs who spoke on condition of being anonymous because they were not authorized to discuss the case says the decision was at the discretion of prosecutors. Andrew Tate, aged 38, and Tristan Tate, aged 36, who are dual U.S.-British citizens, were arrested near Romania's capital in late of 2022, along with 2 Romanian women. Romanian prosecutors formally indicted all 4 last year. In April, the Bucharest tribunal ruled that a trial could start, but did not set a date.
I believe you 1,000%, Papa. I believe you 1,000%.
All 4 deny all of the allegations. The brothers' departure came after Romania's foreign minister said this month that a U.S. official under the current Trump administration had expressed interest in the brothers' legal case in Romania at the Munich Security Conference. The minister insisted it did not amount to pressure. In December, a court in Bucharest ruled that the case against the Tates and the 2 Romanian women.
Listen, when it comes to Tate, like, I don't know. Like, I have mixed feelings about the whole thing. Did they actually, like, traffic fucking women? I don't believe so. Now, do I think that he's got flawed character? Abso-fucking-lutely. I think the dude has a few things, you know, a few screws loose type of shit. You know what I mean? And I think that he, unfortunately, does take advantage of an audience that is, I hate to say low tier. I hate to, because I don't want to offend legitimately, because I don't go after people's audiences. I'm doing it in more of a defense that I don't like that he's taking advantage of people that are needing help type of situation. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. What's up, Ron Ratty? Good to see you, man. Hopefully you're doing fantastic, man. And Dwayne, I appreciate that, kind sir. All right, back to this.
Could not go to trial because of multiple legal and procedural irregularities on the part of the prosecutors. That decision by the Bucharest Court of Appeal was a huge setback for Romania's anti-organized crime agency, but it did not mean the defendants could walk free. The case has not been closed, and there is also a separate legal case against the brothers in Romania this morning. So this just in, influencer brothers Andrew and Tristan Tate have left Romania for the U.S. after a travel ban on them was lifted. This coming in on this Thursday.
No, his dad was CIA for real? Nah.
Thursday. Of course, as we get more information, and you'll get it right here on Live Now from Fox. As we further discuss your breaking news headlines right now, I want to transition and take you out to Rome, Italy, here at 7:30 on the East Coast, giving you a live look outside.
And we already got an update on the Pope. So we're going to go ahead and move that on because that was over there in Rome. Okay, we're moving this on a little bit. Okay, so I'm not going to play it, but Israeli foreign minister speaks along the Czech counterpart. And we're not going to listen to that. So also today, like what the headline I have on here is Trump meeting with the British Prime Minister regards to Ukraine. So let's go ahead and get that story right now.
Inspirational basketball coach. He was admired by his peers and beloved by moviegoers. Hackman, one of the most accomplished actors, starring in movies like The Poseidon Adventure.
The UK.
Yeah, that's what happened. I went a little too far.
The Trump positional leaders in spokesman, that is David.
Okay, it was
right
that
was the Israeli foreign minister meeting along his Czech counterpart there as they answer questions from members of the media.
I do want to remind you that coming up in just...
What's up, Dark Sage, by the way, saying, to be honest, the one thing I want to see today is if the Epstein files are released, I want to see how the Democrats on the list try to weasel their way out of having to explain why they associated with that man. Then, and the Republicans. Yes, absolutely. I agree with that, Dark Sage. That goes for anybody. Everyone can get the smoke type of ordeal. Absolutely. But Dark Sage, appreciate you for hanging out with us on the Twitch side of stuff. We all over here on YouTube. If you want to come and hang out with our, community over here, the Breakfast Club, just type all one word at Insane Wheels. With the little at, the channel tag is Insane Wheels. So come check us out, man. Appreciate you, by the way. All right, back to this.
Just about 30 minutes, we do have a news conference that will get underway with the Israeli government spokesman. That is David Mentzer. We'll bring that to you live, raw, and unfiltered, as we always do on Live Now from Fox. Good morning. If you're just joining us here on Live Now, the time is 8:01 on the East Coast and 5:01 on the West Coast. My name is Josh Breslow, and I'm here to bring you all of your top stories and live events from across the country.
Did not know that. Totally interesting.
And across the world. Do want to pop up this live image right here showing the White House over in D.C. as in the coming hours, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer will meet with President Trump at the White House. Starmer's trip comes just days after a visit to Washington from French President Emmanuel Macron. All of this as European leaders have expressed concern over President Trump's push to end Russia's war in Ukraine, worried that Russian President Vladimir Putin could get too much in exchange. President Trump has said that Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky will be at the White House tomorrow. Zelensky then expected to attend a meeting with international leaders in the UK Sunday.
What's up, Greg? My man, hopefully you're doing fantastic as well.
That will be hosted by Prime Minister Starmer. So much to discuss here on the international front, so I do want to bring in John Hanley, Associate Lecturer in the School of Politics, Security, and International Affairs at the University of Central Florida. Thank you so much, as always, for taking the time to be here with us.
Morning, Josh.
Good morning. Well, first off, I do want to talk here about the trip from UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer here to the U.S.
Yo, we got our man Wes up in the building. Shout out to my man right there. Appreciate you for coming by.
In the coming hours here with President Donald Trump. So what is the ultimate goal here of Starmer's visit?
Shit, as well as Brother War Gorilla, my man, and all of us delinquents. Yes, good to see everybody, by the way. Thank you guys for hitting that like button, by the way. It helps out the show immensely, and it's free. Thank you, guys.
Well, I think, his main goal is to encourage more support from the United States for Ukraine, for its bargaining position, and also for European security as part of any sort of Ukraine-Russia deal. He wants to reassure Donald Trump that Britain and Europe are increasing their military spending in accordance with what Trump has asked for. And I think, he's going to want to kind of flatter and encourage Donald Trump, but still get out of this meeting without discouraging too much his Labor Party supporters at home.
Any other topics? Because again, there's no question Ukraine is going to be.
So wait, Lone Cowboy, are you saying? You were listing a trailer. Were you listing a trailer and a truck and stuff like that? Like, are you? Hopefully, you're all right, man.
A big topic there, but anything else that we can expect them to discuss, whether it's in maybe private or if we actually see them talk, to members of the media.
Well, there's one important issue, which is the Chagos Islands, which are currently under British control. Britain has proposed giving them back to the island country of Mauritius, but there's a joint US-UK naval base on it. And the United States, I think, would like to hold on to those bases. So they're going to be discussing that. There's the possibility, strong possibility that...
So yeah, we did cover his passing already on this live. And no, I didn't sit there and try to connect any dots on the dude. I really don't know much about his actual personal life and stuff like that. I really didn't even know about the story up and I knew that it happened, but I didn't know why or how up until we, got the little bit of information we got from the media. But yeah. to answer that.
Starmer will be coming over with a state visit invite to Donald Trump, which we know he enjoys going to London and having the pomp and circumstance associated with that. And then there's also the possibility of a trade deal between the US and UK, although that's fairly far off.
What is the current relationship?
Oh, I got you, Lone. Okay, good.
Like between President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Keir Starmer, and how does that kind of compare to what we saw between President Biden?
No one really knows, Naomi. They didn't really know much information. They didn't sit here and go, "Oh, the cause of death was this." They didn't do that. They just broke the news that it kind of happened and where it happened in New Mexico. Who it happened to, which was him, his wife, and his dog. Yeah, it's terrible.
And Keir Starmer.
Well, it's not a great relationship because Starmer is on the left in Britain and Trump is obviously on the right in the US. There was an issue during the 2024 campaign where some Labor Party staffers from Starmer's camp had come over to the United States and were advising the Biden-Harris campaign.
Yes, Naomi, his wife and dog and him died in his New Mexico house. That's why people thinking that it's like some like carbon monoxide, because even the dog went, or like some sort of, maybe it was a gas leak. I have no idea, y'all. Like I'm just being transparent. But yeah, that is wild. I'm sure that throughout the day to day alone, but let alone the next week or so, I'm sure there's going to be more reports on what happened, and I'll be covering that. Pablo, good to see you, my man. Good to see you. Hopefully
Trump
you're doing
was
good.
Happy about that. But more recently, we've seen more positivity towards the UK. And there's always this balancing on the US side between
it's all good,
Europe
SNS.
and the UK, where the United States would like Europe to be more aligned with it, and the UK is this middleman. So they're playing them, off one another a little bit.
Does it appear?
Oh, no fucking way. Don't tell me that, Steve. For real? Damn it, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. How you feeling? That's got to be really shitty.
Just based on what you've seen, obviously there are some differences, but for the most part, are President Trump and Prime Minister Starmer maybe on a similar page when we talk about the war in Ukraine and the war in Gaza?
They're on somewhat similar pages. There is the negotiation to happen. Both the US and the UK have to anticipate what the possible Russian stance is going to be. And so the UK side would like to see more involvement with the US while maintaining European peacekeepers as part of a European deal.
Damn it, Steve. He says, yeah, I was in the damn ER last night feeling okay, just munching muscle relaxers and chilling. Yeah, man, I can only imagine. I'm super sorry to hear that, dude. That's terrible. I hate to hear that.
Trump might
I hope you feel better legitimately quick.
On the other side, the Russians might not agree to a US involvement. So it's a bit tricky on Ukraine. In Gaza, which seems like it will be less.
Yes, sir, brother VT. Make sure you drive out there safe, kind sir.
Less of a subject. There's similarly questions about what will actually be implemented. Obviously, Trump has taken a very strong position,
unapologetic,
a very forceful position that they want Gaza kind of evacuated while they're rebuilding it. The UK and most other countries have said that that's not acceptable. So
okay, well, fuck the UK.
They'll have to work that out a little bit.
As we look a little bit more into the announcement that was made by UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer just days ago, he was talking about this big increase in defense spending. And a lot of folks in the US have asked, is this going to impact us in any way? I'm not sure if you can provide any sort of context or information on that, but is that going to impact the US? Could it?
I think.
What's up, Wild Card? Good morning to you as well.
In a lot of Europe, there's been the realization that they've got to increase defense spending. It'll be slow at first.
Nah, fuck the UK. Here's how I look at it. I love British currency. The British people in general, I'd say they're all right. They're all right. You know what I mean? They're all right. But the government, man, their government are a bunch of fucking commies. You know, I'm just saying it. I said it. Yeah. I said it. All right, back to this.
And also, what might be different about this is that it seems that Europe is much more looking to stimulate its own domestic defense industry and disassociate with the United States. So there might not be huge effects on the United States in the early going because Europe is not going to be buying as much U.S. equipment as it had in the past.
What can we expect? Because we know that Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky is expected to meet with President Trump tomorrow. So we've seen a lot of these world leaders who have been traveling over to the U.S., meeting with President Donald Trump over the past several weeks and really here over the last week or so. So what can we expect from that visit?
Well, there's been talk of a deal between the United States and Ukraine for exploitation of mineral resources in Ukraine. The details of that and the particulars are somewhat in flux. They haven't fully been disclosed.
Oh, well, let's just be honest. You know, the Australian government still has the little bit of that British crown influence.
Closed to the public. So, nevertheless, this provides an opportunity for Donald Trump to claim a win, to say that we got that as a part of our involvement in Ukraine. Longer term, what that's going to mean, how the resources are going to be extracted and so forth, that's a bit of a trickier.
That's the only number equation that I understand, Buchanan. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All right, John Hanley there at the University of Central Florida. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here. And
yeah, Pablo.
And my final question,
I like that.
Anything else that you want to add before I let you go?
Well, I think,
True.
One question is going to be how much criticism is Starmer going to receive for the current UK level of defense expenditures? And I think, the US and Trump have to strike a little bit of a balance. Too critical of Starmer, and you risk inflating his domestic popularity, as we've seen in Canada. The Liberal Party in Canada has been re-energized by criticism with Donald Trump. But if you go too soft on them, then you run the risk that it's going to lead to questions about whether you're softening your position.
That is a huge win right there for Canadians right there. Wild card. Trudeau only has 7 days left of being Prime Minister of Canada. Hey, that's a W. See ya. See ya. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Gone. Gonzo.
So it'll be interesting to see how the White House strikes that balance, or if they just go to one side.
All right, John, thank you again for taking the time to join us here and help.
Oh, no, we definitely do. We definitely do. And now we're finally fighting back on that shit. You've seen the British influence as well as a different, certain star state influence in the last 20 years. Absolutely. Now we're just taking our shit back.
I'll break down all of this. There's obviously a lot to it. So thank you again.
Thank you, Josh.
And you are taking a live look at the White House, that meeting between Keir Starmer and...
Absolutely. You be safe out there, Steve, and hopefully you feel better from that blood clot, man. That's terrible. Hopefully you get that handled for real.
President Donald Trump expected to happen later today. We will have full coverage as that gets underway in just a matter of hours. Also do want to remind you here that we are going to have President Donald Trump's address to Congress. We will have live coverage of that. That is going to be Tuesday, March 4th, so next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, you can watch all of that live, raw, and uninterrupted here on Live Now.
Well, that's good.
From Fox.
This is going to be an awesome ordeal, and I'll probably even live stream this and do live coverage. Donald Trump addressing Congress, man, that's going to be fantastic. So Tuesday, March 4th, happening at 8 p.m. Eastern. So that means it will be 7 p.m. CST for me on Tuesday. So plan on that. I will definitely make sure that we are doing something regarding this.
I do want to get to some of the other big stories that we have been covering over the past several days here. One of those does include the condition.
Now, we know how the Pope, we know the ordeal. We have some Israeli news in the news. Let's go ahead and see if there's any other update here. I just want to see where we're landing here. Hearing examines President Trump's pick to lead the Navy. Oh man, this hearing is going to be fucking nonsense. Bondi, Epstein documents could be released today. So let's go ahead and get that and close off the show with, we're almost caught up in the media right now live. So we're about to get that story. Hold on. I must have skipped it on accident. Where the heck did it go? Because I do want to hear it. Where the heck did it go, man? Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. There it is. Damn. How long did they sit there and talk on this shit? All right.
The Navy, we've been listening into that live event, one of many hearings going on Capitol Hill today for President Donald Trump's cabinet picks, but we're also following this other story out of Washington, D.C. today as Attorney General...
Yo, what's up, Imperius? Good to see you, man. Hopefully you're doing fantastic this morning.
Pam Bondi told Fox News yesterday that some documents on convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein could be released today. And lawmakers have been calling on her to disclose those documents, one of them being Representative Anna Paulina Luna. Within the hour here, we did hear from the representative. She posted this saying, although I have not seen Epstein documents yet, it is very likely, given the nature of powerful individuals involved, that AG Pam Bondi...
What? It's noon for you? I thought you lived in Huntington Beach, cuh. Now, you know that I lived in Huntington Beach from 2007 to 2022, 2023. I guess it was 2022. Yeah, 2022. Anyways, yeah, man. I was off of Magnolia and Adams. I don't know I'm sure if you're from Huntington Beach, you know exactly where that is.
Bondi is putting herself at great risk to disclose this to the American
okay,
people.
I got you.
Please keep that in mind. This goes on to say, we also understand victims' identities needing to be protected. With that exception, the American people deserve 100% transparency, and we will continue to push for that. So again, you heard me say that we got this information from Attorney General Bondi yesterday. She was on Fox News as she was saying that she could release these documents today on Jeffrey Epstein. And she said, quote, this will...
It is beautiful there, dude. It is.
...make you sick. She also noted that the delay in releasing the documents was due to efforts to redact sensitive information to protect victims' privacy. The forthcoming release has gotten significant attention, and again, bipartisan calls for transparency. Those lawmakers, as I said, Representative Anna Paulina Luna, as well as Senator Marsha Blackburn have...
Yeah, but Laguna is a lot gayer. You know what I mean? So there's that too.
Publicly urged her to disclose these documents. Blackburn emphasizing the public's right to know. She said, quote, the American people deserve to know exactly who is affiliated with this network. What we still don't know, though, is Bondi did not specify exactly what names will be included in the release, but said the documents will provide new insight into Epstein's network. She confirmed that protecting the victims' identities remains a priority. If we get any more on this, of course, we're going to bring it to you here as soon as we get it into our newsroom. That's it for me on the desk today. I'm going to hand it over to my colleague, Mike Page. You're watching live now.
Well, I just had to be honest. All right, that was the end of this. That was the end of this, I think.
From Fox.
Let me see. It is. It is. Okay, good. We're all caught up, ladies and gentlemen. That was fucking perfect. All right, let's go ahead and see who we can go ahead and send a raid over to. Who is live? We're going to find out right this second. I'm pulling it up. We're going to find out. Yep. Always good, man. I can't thank you guys enough for making this shit happen, man. I can't do this shit without you guys. So I'm honestly stoked. So there's two people that are live right now, and they're both trolls. So we have the Thorpes who are live right now, and we have Generally Specific. I think we should just raid Thorpe and just go over there and just fucking just whatever. We'll just troll them over there. Sounds ultra good, man. Hopefully everyone has a fantastic morning and the rest of their day, man. I can't thank you guys enough for hitting that like button as well, man. Always appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys follow my Instagram right here at BallValveTV, where I post everything behind the scenes of not only my lifestyle, but of the show, as well as millennial food time. We get down with our bad selves, man. But until tomorrow morning, man, for more of the world's madness, 10 a.m. CST, as always, much love, honor, respect to everybody, and God bless to everybody. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges.